FEMA. FEMA is an acronym of a disaster preparedness government organization. F for federal, E for emergency, M for management, A for agency. FEMA. This is the disaster organization presentation, which will be based on the major governmental agency, and we will be discussing the national international disaster relief that FEMA prepares. In this presentation, we will be going over FEMA's mission statement, a brief historical overview, and the psychosocial activities and locations and activities that go on in those locations. FEMA's mission statement, as you can read here, it's to lead America to prepare for, prevent, respond to, and recover from disasters with the vision of a nation prepared. FEMA has been handling and managing and preparing for disaster throughout history. It can be dated back to the Congressional Act of 1803. One of the first acts of federal disaster relief was after a devastating fire in Portsmouth, New Hampshire in 1802. This is the fire, very disastrous, that led to the 1803 Congressional Act. President Jimmy Carter, in April 1st, 1979, he signed the executive order that created FEMA, which stood for Federal Emergency Management Agency back then as well. FEMA offers psychological first aids. They offer suicide prevention. They offer skills for psychological recovery, and they also offer mental health first aid. FEMA also provides training. The training consists of grief training and crisis counseling assistant training programs. This is all to better equip for disaster. In January 2024, FEMA began a housing project which was complete by December 2024 and is called the Shelter Service Program SSP. And now victims of disaster have overnight stay privileges for when they need shelter. FEMA has agency organizations all around the world, such as Denver, Oakland, Kansas City, as you can see here on the FEMA map. FEMA in Lakewood, Colorado is utilized for emergencies and coordination of emergencies, of disaster preparedness. In Kansas City, Missouri, the FEMA Region Number 7, they manage disaster response and they also manage disaster recovery. Very busy organization. In Colorado, FEMA is known to help and handle hazard mitigations and public alerts. They are also a very busy organization when it comes to disaster. The FEMA headquarters is located in Washington, and the FEMA Washington headquarters is known as FEMA's Central Command Unit. In Charleston, FEMA centers emergency assistance to disaster providers by offering mental health support and housing. They are very busy in the disaster preparedness. FEMA has a future, and FEMA future involves a whole society approach to resilience as one nation to better prepare during, before, and after disaster. FEMA Future Focus also wants to increase complex hazard plans and they want to grow with disaster demands, very strategic measures for the future of disaster preparedness by FEMA. FEMA has directed focus in past disaster. FEMA has directed focus to future disaster plans, and FEMA has also focused during disaster all throughout our history every time disaster strikes. References here are taken from the FEMA page from Microsoft Bing for the lovely images that you've seen. SAMHSA has a page that was very helpful, and the United States Department of Homeland Security, very helpful references.